Thank you for tuning in. My name is THANDI CHIRWA, Channel 8 TV and KBAC Action Commission. We're so happy to be here in the Washington State Capitol in Olympia for African American Legislation Day. It's a great event. I'm so pleased to have Miss Megan here with me again today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Happy to, just be here. It's always glamorous. It's always nice to see all the amazing work that's being done. And for our international viewers who are watching from around the world, could you please introduce yourself and talk a bit about why you're here today?
Yes, so my name is Megan Matthews. I'm the director of the Washington State Office of Equity. We were established in 2020 in legislation, so our law is RCW 43.06D. We are here to facilitate policy and systems change in government. So while we talk a lot about creating legislation, creating new laws, and that's why we're here for the Legislative Day.
Yes.
It's not only important the legislation we create, but how state agencies implement that. And we are here to make sure that as state agencies implement law, that we do it towards the intent and make sure that we work for every person in Washington State. We want to make sure that Washington State is a Washington for all, no matter where you live, who you are, who you love. That you belong in Washington and you can navigate our processes just like anybody else can navigate a process.
Yes, no, beautifully said, and that's such important work, especially to be in such a diverse day. I feel like we definitely value our diversity, so it's great to hear that. And what has been something that's been challenging for you in this position as it is so new?
Well, when we think about, the systems change, we're all a part of the system. It's huge, right? There's not just one person, not just one agency, not just one group. It is all of the community members, all of the nonprofit, different sectors, local government. It's also branches, so the legislative branch, the judicial branch, we're all part of the system. For right now, we're focused on state agencies, but we also realize that in order to have true impact, to have true systems that are efficient and effective and work for everybody, we all have to be aligned. We all have to get out of our silos. We all have to collaborate together so we can make the best solutions, the best systems that work for everybody.
Yes, no, definitely that whole collaboration aspect is so important because, we can't do it on our own, and especially to have so many different people from so many different backgrounds here in Washington State, it definitely takes a village, and I think it's great to hear that you're focusing on that. And why is it important for you to be here on a day like today, and why is it important for people to come out and to be here as well?
Because everybody's voice needs to be heard. For our office, we're trying to make sure that we make government more accessible. So that means that I can't have you just come to meet me Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. I got to come to where you already are, and we have a lot of community members who have come here. I want to hear their voice. I want to hear what's important to them. We travel around Washington State, right? We want to come into the community spaces. So I think I might have said this last year, but if you got a party, if you got an event going on, especially when there's some food and music, let me know. I'm there, right? Because it's a government. It should be a government of, by, and for the people. And in order to have that, government has to know what you want, but we have to be where you are. We have to make sure that we create the spaces where you can have your voices heard. And that's why I'm here today.
Yes, no, literally fantastic. Yes, meeting the people there is so important. It's definitely intimidating to come to the Capitol when people feel like, is the state really working for me? But to hear that come from you, to know that the state really does want to meet you there, it's beautiful. And so all of the youth who are watching, what words of advice do you have?
Yeah, well, I would say that you can either be someone who talks about the problems or you can be part of the solution. You can be both, right? Yes. Because I do recognize that the state is far from a vision of serving and meeting a Washington for all. However, it takes people being part of the solutions. We have to create, right? If people knew what we needed to do to get there, we would be doing it. So we need your brilliance, and we all come on the shoulders of the ancestors who came before us, right? So one day I'm not going to be in this position. I need to be able to hand it off to someone else to kind of continue with moving forward, right? I don't think we'll solve it all in my generation, in my time. I need you young people to get involved, to do your learning. We want to provide the mentoring, the knowledge, whatever I have in my head to pass it on to you, for you to do the next step. And so for youth, I know that sometimes, like for me when I was a kid, I never thought I'd be a director. I didn't know anybody who was a director. I want to tell you are already enough. You're already brilliant. You are already knowledgeable. We already need you. So there is nothing that you have to do differently to be there. Just continue to learn and grow. figure out solutions, be a problem solver, be a collaborator, right? Know that you don't know it all, just like I don't know it all.
Of course.
Be willing to come to the table and keep having conversations. But know that you can be a director, you can be an elected official, you can be those things. There are some of us who are doing it, but I want you to have the confidence in yourself, in that self-esteem in yourself, because you are already enough.
Wow. That's definitely such great advice, especially to the youth who are out there growing up, especially how you mentioned you never saw yourself in this position. So to see someone go so far and to get so much done, it's truly amazing. And I really value your time. Thank you so much for spending it with me. And thank you to all our viewers who are watching from all around the world. My name is THANDI CHIRWA, Channel ATV. Thank you.